kind of like struggling. And from the looks,
but you can have sex.
Exactly.
Paycheck to paycheck.
With thank you.
Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome back to another episode of the Talk with Mr.Lil. Mr.Lil here, and I have some beautiful guests in the house with me. You guys remember Dami? And we have a new person in the house today. It's Arewa, not Omarewa. It's Arewa, right?
Yeah.
Arewa. How you doing today?
I'm good.
How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, so today we're going to be discussing quite a few topics, but essentially it's going to be like pretty much like a reaction video to this video surfacing the internet right now, right? With the podcast, what's the name of the podcast again?
Kadeem and somebody, I can't remember his name.
We just say Kadeem and somebody.
I am not allowed, based on our marriage laws and the contract we've signed with each other,
right,
to have sex with anybody else.
Right.
So these urges that come, I have to share them with the one person I decide to spend the rest of my life with.
Right.
So that brings me back to my soundbite.
Okay.
Right. I don't understand, and this is what we can discuss as a woman, because I don't want to say it's a man versus woman thing, but a lot of women do complain, oh, my husband's always on me. Why is he always on me? If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on men?
Well, who's to say I pushed anything on anybody? Like,
well, we know that you pushed monogamy on me.
I pushed monogamy. I forced you to get married to me?
Time out. I didn't say you forced me to get married, but did you not say to me that you wanted to be engaged and you wanted to be married before you lived with me? You didn't say that?
I want $1 billion.
Essentially, it was about like monogamy and marriage, right?
Yeah.
So our dude said he was pressured into
getting married.
And I know how that may sound, because I feel like a lot of girls were going out, because I read some of the comments and it was not, they were not nice. So I read some of the comments. Those comments there.
Play the video.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm gonna get it. I can want something,
asking,
but not.
You right now. You dodging the question.
Nobody pressed you to do it. Yes, is that something I wanted? Yes, it was. But
you didn't press me. Are you gonna lie now to the people because we talking about sex? You're gonna
DeVal.
lie now to the people?
DeVal, knowing.
Kadeem, you didn't want monogamy.
So the idea is, before they got married. By the way, dude is a ex-football player. By the way.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, he's an ex-football player. He used to play football and stuff like that. And if you know anything about football players, those guys, they're football players. Athletes in general are like, they are out there. Out there. So for athletes to say, I want to settle down, it takes a lot from them to actually do it. And then there comes the part of actually doing it and being loyal while doing it. So what he was saying, so, you know, from a male perspective, what I understand is a lot of men feels like when it comes to the time of taking a step into being engaged or getting married to a girl and stuff like that, you are never ready, to be honest with you. There's no like time like, oh, I'm ready. There's no such thing as I'm ready. So it's almost kind of like sometimes you kind of need that push and that kick to do it. In some places, it's an ultimatum, which is what it looked like she gave him, an ultimatum. So she did pressured him. I would say she did pressure him into like getting married.
I don't think she pressured him.
Okay.
No, I don't think she did.
Okay, why is that?
My thought process in saying she didn't pressure him is, you either want me or you don't want me. It's very simple.
Okay.
And if I decide this is what I want for my life, I'm not telling you what you need to do for your life. I'm telling you what I want to do for my life. You're either on my team or you're not on my team.
That's exactly what she said.
You know what I mean? I have certain goals I want to achieve by a certain age. If you want to be a part of that picture, great. If you don't, if you want to be a football player and be out there, go ahead, be out there. Michael Jordan was out there, right?
Everybody was.
Yeah, he was out there, and look what happened to him. Be out there if you want to be out there. You're just not going to be out there with me.
Yeah, but what?
I feel like a woman's time clock is different from a man's. A man could get married at 50 and still have kids, but a woman's different. So I feel like she was just basically telling, like, I'm getting to that age that I want to have kids, now I want to settle down, and it's either you're gonna meet me at the altar or not. I'm just gonna find somebody else.
Right? Well, if
that's not an ultimatum, though.
If we've learned anything, you don't have to be married to have kids. Obviously, we've seen.
But that's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. Everybody wants to be. You want to.
If I choose to want to be married. I have that right. And you can't tell me that, you don't have to
kids.
Yeah, I choose to be married before I have kids, period.
Yeah.
So this is where it actually gets interesting, right? Because she asked them. You guys say it wasn't a pressure, but she put it out there. Most guys don't really necessarily like when the woman is kind of like, oh, so when are you going to propose? Because we want to kind of do it at our own term. But anyway, he didn't want to lose her, so he decided to go with it.
I don't feel like he should have proposed just because he didn't want to. That's selfish.
Right.
He's being selfish because. So what do you want me to do if I don't see a future with us? So you just want me to just cut all contact off with you, and I'll tell you that this is the reason why I'm leaving you.
But I feel like a lot has to do to like when like again you said women have like a clock and stuff like that. But I feel like for men we have something called the financial clock. What is the financial clock? The financial clock is knowing that, okay, I am ready to bring in kids into this world, and I'm ready to have a wife, settle down, and like be able to afford certain things and be comfortable. Because no guys wants to start a family living paycheck to paycheck, and you feel like you're kind of like struggling. And from the looks,
but you can have sex
exactly
paycheck to paycheck.
Thank you.
I mean, he shocked me. That's ghost.
But you can have sex. Tell her to get off the birth control. I'm sure. I am sure. He will say, "Oh, are you on birth control? Take that off." Condom, no. Who needs it? Right?
But
you're on a financial clock
to settle down. You're not financially to settle down.
Men aren't serious.
I mean, again, that's a lot of thinking that goes into it, man. Because you have to plan for weddings, you have to plan for kids. Kids are not cheap. When you have kids and stuff like that, you have to make sure they're comfortable. And in that sense,
you can just go to the court. You don't have to do all that.
Women wants to go do a court wedding. No woman wants to do.
You can do a court wedding.
You guys already planned your wedding day since you were born.
Yeah,
since the day they gave birth to you,
but there are lots of people who will do a court wedding and then have the reception and like the white wedding. When they're financially ready. Yeah. They just need the legal paperwork. So if I'm in the hospital, you can do certain things as my husband rather than.
All right. But there was another part where she meant like when I was talking about like
in society, who asks for exclusivity first, a woman or a man?
I would say woman.
Which is right.
Ask for what?
Exclusivity, like let's be exclusive. Like, oh, do you want like? So what are we? You guys, women tend to.
I don't like the what are we.
So what's going on here? What are we doing?
I disagree with that too.
Women always ask for that.
Yes, I do, but I think men do too.
I mean, he said who usually does. He didn't say men don't.
I think men usually do too. Because they might not want to be exclusive, but they want you to be exclusive.
Thank you. They want you to be exclusive.
They don't want to share.
But they want to be out there.
As they find out that their punani is with someone else, they have a fit. Even if they're cheating on you with like 10 different people, as soon as they find out that you've given what they wanted to somebody else, they have a fit.
Over. I think it's like that. That kind of goes to that double standard.
Yes, and so although men don't say what are we, they let it be known they don't want to share. If your phone's ringing and they're there, they're giving you that look, right?
I personally don't do that shit.
You might think you don't do it, but you do subconsciously
because you know the girl likes
subconsciously,
you,
really.
so you kind of know like she's not gonna mess it up.
Okay.
That's
trust though.
What?
That's not.
No, it's not trust. It's not trust.
How does trust have to do?
That's trust. Don't be saying I trust you, say.
How is it trust when you're cheating? When you're having.
That's not trust.
Oh, so the guy is cheating.
Yes, I'm saying that women actually verbalize their
we communicate.
Yes, but they don't. But they want that exclusivity.
I knew that was coming
too.
with you.
We communicate.
I knew that was coming. She said it again without check. We communicate. Y'all niggas don't. Okay? What do you want, nigga?
What do you want?
What do you want from me?
Say it with your chest.
What do you want?
I don't know. Say it with your chest. I can't read minds, nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah, but okay, all right. But we could all agree, like when it comes to in a sense of percentage, we could say it's 60-40. 60% of women usually ask first before 40%.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm part of that 60.
Okay, all right, we can say that.
Yeah.
We can say that. But the one more point I want to make is like there was a part where they talked about like the decline in sex when they get married.
Women are married, yeah.
And any man knows this. I've heard it myself. I don't know.
But you've not been married.
Okay.
I'm not married, but any man you've heard this from like people. I have guys who are married, and the first thing they always say, like he said in the video, like one of the videos, like take your time. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say take your time because of financially. They take guys. Yes, we sometimes we think with our dick. Yeah, that's obvious.
All the time, not sometimes.
Sometimes, maybe
Because all what the guys said in your podcast.
60-40. No. 60% with him is like 40% with that dick. Okay?
Lies.
So, but like, so he said, like they always say, make sure you're ready and also like take your time and stuff like that. Because like sex usually tends to go on decline. It goes.
I think it depends on the woman though.
I think it depends on the relationship.
No, but what does that have to really do much to? Because like before the kids came into the picture and before you guys became married, according to what they were saying in the video, they used to have sex like
rabbits.
Right, rabbits. They used to hump a lot, like twice, 3 times a day, doing different stuff and stuff like that. Then the kids came in play. I could understand that part, like there's more responsibility. You have to
on
make
the
sure
woman.
Exactly. Yes. Is she the one getting them ready for school?
Exactly.
Having to wake up earlier than everybody else in the house?
Yeah, but that's where this has to become an incentive as for a guy. And I'm not saying an incentive like women is like supposed to be like some kind of like price at the end of the day or whatever. But in some sense, you guys are a price. So let me put it this way, yeah. So for a guy, if you know for a fact like you want to get you some ass, and your girl is busy and all that stuff, you have to take responsibility and do certain things in the house. Do certain things, set the mood a little bit, set the kid away, make sure everything is taken care of. Or like, babe, I already cleaned that already. I already did the dishes.
Exactly.
I did the laundries already. Don't worry about it.
Like
stuff like that.
foreplay changes when you've been in a long-term relationship. It might not be like sexy lingerie. It might be like something like taking a picture of you washing the dishes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, baby, when you get home, there will be no dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
That's what the lady said.
There's romance that you did when you were dating that declined. That's why the sex declined.
Okay, now this is why I'm going to play devil's advocate, right? I don't know specifically. I mean, to probably do more research into it. But from what I'm getting, it looks like she's a stay-at-home wife.
Mm-hmm. They're both stay-at-home. They're sorry, that wasn't shading anyway. They're like they're into like entertainment podcasts.
Podcasts, so they just kind of stay home.
Yeah, they're YouTubers.
But before that, one was a football player.
She went to college or something, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, what it was. But okay, so this is what I'm gonna say, right? So in a sense, for a guy, let's say like the wife is a stay-at-home mom. That's what she is, and the guy goes out to go work 40, 60, whatever hours he's working and stuff like that. Is he still hold on to the same value as you have to come home and still try to help with the chores of the house?
It depends on their agreement. Now that we're in a modern time, like a woman can be at home and still have like a small business that she's doing.
Yeah, like a podcast.
Money or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, if the agreement is, baby, I just absolutely hate washing dishes. I'll do everything else, but you just gotta wash the dishes.
Okay.
That's the agreement. So like each couple, you have to communicate through what your roles are gonna be. It doesn't have to be like male-centered roles and women-centered roles. You communicate on what works for your family.
Okay.
And so like as long as at the end of the day the pressure is not too much on just one person, and that way there's more time for you to get it on, and she's not tired all the time because she's doing everything. You just go to work and come back and where's my pussy? Like, so that's what that.
But even for guys too, when we go, we are tired. Have you ever heard guys too? We get tired.
So you're saying that you're obligated to get the pum pum just because she's at home and just taking care of
the
kids.
I'm saying like
you're going out to work and you're the one bringing in the money. I don't think so.
No, so that's a no.
You still have to romance her.
I mean, obviously, he doesn't want to tell her, baby, go lay down, make her.
Some people do.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, why are you not giving it to me all the time?
No, but the thing is like,
you pressured me into this. Now that you have it, you don't want to give me sex.
But the thing about it, like, we can all agree, like the women, what's called biology. Biology or whatever is different. Like the way women's body works is completely fucking different. It's a whole. it's a whole
hormonal
encyclopedia for that motherfucker, for you to learn how everything works and stuff like that. So, you know, guys, all what we really need to is like a naked picture and that dick is harder than a so we're ready to go. We're like, oh shit, I'm ready to go. For a woman, you just cannot just, they just don't, they just cannot just go like that.
Yeah.
There has to be certain things, certain romance, certain foreplay and stuff like that needs to be done and all that stuff. So that goes me to when she was saying that our sex drive has declined. Like her sex drive has declined and stuff like that. So as a sex drive declined, is that more psychologically or is that more physically? Like physical attraction is not there.
It could be both.
She has had 3 kids and she had postpartum.
Yeah. It could be both. Because, you know, sometimes she might look in the mirror and be like, damn, I don't feel wanted. Like, I don't feel like... I don't like... Imagine you just, like, having sex and you're seeing this big-ass belly.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't want to have sex. Like, I'm like, I feel like he's looking at my belly.
So that could be like a self-esteem issue.
Yeah.
Like a self-esteem issue.
And then you know, like, as a husband, if you know your woman is dealing with self-esteem issues, you have to do certain things to counteract it. I know he said that, he tells her you're beautiful, but sometimes it's more than just words. Yeah. A woman might need some more action, to show her, like,
but
how
what are
much
the action? What are the action? Like,
that's for him.
Guys, I'm
that's
trying
his
to
job.
help you guys. That's his job to figure out.
That is his job. I don't know his wife.
He should know his wife.
Right. Like, I didn't commit my whole life to her. He did. So he needs to figure it out.
So just paying attention to certain things. So in retrospect, could it be like, as far as like making sure she's not doing that much work?
Exactly.
Like you said,
taking pressure off of her.
Yeah.
Taking pressure off of her.
Washing the dishes.
Right.
You just go back to these dishes.
Stop
wash these dishes.
Cook, whatever. You can make a meal.
Yeah. Take care of the kids.
Yeah, but from the look.
You're like, hey baby, you know what? Today is all about you. You know what? You have the house to yourself. Me and the kids, we're gonna go to wherever, and you just focus on you today. I want you to just enjoy your day, whatever you want to do. Here's $100 and get out with the kids.
I need more than that.
I'm just saying, whatever amount you can afford for your woman, put it on the table, be like, it's all about you today. I'm taking the kids, and you have downtime. Stuff like that. It doesn't have to cost much. It just shows how much you love someone with action and like thought.
Yeah.
And that's definitely gonna turn somebody on.
So do you feel like in some cases, sometimes men find themselves in a competition with their kids to get their wife's attention?
Yes, because their kids their damn self.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm sorry. I'm done.
You said what? Continue.
I'm just joking.
No, because like, I feel like in some sense, in some sense, before you guys, before the kids come, again, like you said, men could be like a kid themselves. I mean, I understand that, like, method, whatever, like methodology or whatever, analogy or whatever you want to call it. I understand that, but this is my thing when it comes to that, because I feel like when you guys start a family, kids gets involved, attention kind of drift towards those kids because they're kids. You have to kind of bring them up. You gotta teach them this. You're gonna take care of the kids and all that stuff. You can't say fuck them kids. So you gotta take care of the kids and stuff and things like that. But I feel like as a couple, as a husband and a wife, it's up to you guys to set a time for you guys to still kind of like
me time.
But that's what he's complaining about. Yeah. The fact that they have to set time. Isn't that what he said? I feel like we have to schedule.
Yeah, because
why are you complaining? You wanted kids.
But then I feel like her too. She kind of like she has some part of blame, because in the podcast he was saying that there was one time they had a photo shoot and she was looking really good, and she told him that I'm gonna let you like take down the hair and like us time. And then later on she got in bed and she went to sleep while we were watching a movie. So I feel like once she told him that we're going to do tonight.
Yeah, because she said that the video like sometimes I know I'll be feeling bad because sometimes I tell you you're gonna get some ass tonight, ready, been doing push-ups, sit-ups, like doing the scrunches and shit, drag down those jetty thing already where the thing done. I'm out already, and just it's just like bro, what the fuck. So it's again I guess kind of go back to what you said, like she's tired, so you have to make sure.
So what are you gonna do?
Making that sure not she's not. Oh, after the thing don't add weight.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do if she's asleep? Are you gonna wake her up?
Oh no.
Because you're thinking. Better go in the
My nigga.
bathroom.
WWE put up.
Better go in the bathroom.
You're like, yeah, let me handle my business real quick. But how long does they can't keep going though? Because as for men,
end up cheating.
that's what I'm saying. Like for men, like I don't want to say it's all about sex, but sometimes
It is all about sex with men. Let's be honest.
bruh.
Let's be honest.
No.
Let's be honest. It's all about sex. That's what you guys think 24/7. That's what he complained about.
The only thing he complained about was pressure about having sex,
getting married,
and then him not getting it whenever he wanted it. That's all he complained about.
Okay.
And then he was like, well, if you're not gonna give it to me every single time I ask, what's the point of being, monogamous? Why don't you just let me? Okay, then bye. But there are some relationships where the woman wants sex more than the guy do.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it.
Nah, please go for it. Sorry.
Because that's another stereotype that well, yeah, most men are like sex, but there are more men that are more evolved than that, like have higher emotional IQs and don't depend on sex for a relationship. And sometimes the woman wants it more than, just like you said.
But in most cases, if there's ever a case like you just said, in most cases, if the guy is more emotionally attached than sexually attached and stuff like that, but those are usually probably the one that underperform.
No, I don't think so.
Right.
It's just that sex is not on their mind 24/7. Like every expression of love.
Nobody ever says sex is on the guy's mind. Guys, sex is not on their mind 24/7. That's what he said. On 24/7.
But that's what he was complaining about him.
But that's the topic they were talking about, though, right?
So you don't think men think about sex? So there's not one day you don't think about sex. Be honest. So what are we talking about?
Wait, on that note, thank you guys for watching, and remember to do something for me, like, share, and remember to subscribe. Okay, we are back with it, and thank you for joining us today. Arewa, because I want to say Tony, but he said Arewa. So Arewa, thank you for joining us today, and Dami, as always, thank you for always coming to the show. I appreciate you guys. Again, remember to subscribe, and thank you again. All right, ENDSARS.
ENDSARS.
We are.
And police brutality.